Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Fargo Jet Center. This is Whitney. How may I help you?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Luca Zanna. I'm calling from Arizona, Mojave County, and I'm doing a research for a project here for a university regarding the importance of weather modification in the new millennium. And I wanted to be sure I got the right address. Are you Weather Modification Incorporated?
Yep, I work for the Fargo Jet Center, but I can try to get a hold of somebody who can answer some of those questions, okay?
Please, thank you.
Yep, just one moment, please.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for calling me back. My name is Luca Zanna, Professor Zanna from the University of Perugia in Italy.
Hi, what can we do for you?
Nothing. I'm doing an essay for some of my students that they're very interested in the phenomenon of weather modification, especially in the NATO countries and Western Europe. And it came to my attention, your company seems like is one of the most established company, and I have a couple questions, if you could, just for media purposes regarding this essay. I know that your company is specialized in weather modification, correct?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. And when this process, when your company was established, how long ago? I mean, when did you start to operate in the U.S., if I can ask you?
If you look at our website, it'll tell you that we started operations in 1961.
You would be able to provide this also to regular businesses?
Yes, correct. It depends on each country has their own rules and regulations on cloud seeding. So there's different rules and regulations for each country, and then inside each country, some states and some local governments have their own rules and regulations.
Perfect.
So if you were looking for it in a particular area, you would have to tell us the particular area, and then we would have to research it to see what the rules are for that area.
Perfect, because I have some friends and families here. For example, I'm a guest in Arizona for the next few weeks doing some researches about agriculture, a different aspect of the weather modification, how can influence the different crop productions. And
I'm going to send you to another link that's actually really important regarding that.
Okay.
If you go to, hold on just one second, I'm going to pull up the website myself. There's a project called the North Dakota Cloud Modification Project. And if you Google that,
yes,
it will come up with the North Dakota Atmospheric Resource Board, and it'll talk about their project. And their project is primarily for agricultural purposes.
Perfect.
And if you click on there, there's a paper that they had done. And it's under, on the link there, it says atmospheric research. And it talks a little bit about the projects and the research that they've done. But there also was a paper that was put out, just trying to grab the link, the efficiency of it.
Okay.
Specifically, well, if you go on their website, you can research it, but it was very specific to agriculture. So if agriculture is what you're looking at, like protecting crops from hail or increased rainfall.
Increasing rainfall, perfect. That's why.
Yep, that'd be a good place to look.
So every state has a different type of regulations that we must inquire before. And so in Europe too, because I know you can operate also in Italy, correct?
Yep. You just each country has their own rules and regulations. In the U.S., we have NOAA. And the FAA is our aviation handling agency, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration. But each country and each place has their own set of rules and regulations.
I have a question. I mean, you seem like to be a very well-established company. I'm so glad that I found you today because this is very important. So to understand clearly, do you provide also the hardware, or you just provide the consulants and the type of permits? I mean, are you also going to provide the airplanes?
Both. We can provide just the equipment, or we can provide the equipment and the personnel as like in a turnkey project. So if you, and the other neat thing we do offer is we do offer a technology transfer. So if it's something that you're looking for to do for the next 20 years, but maybe you don't want us to be there doing the program for you for 20 years, we can come in and set up a program for you and be a consultant for you, help you get going, do the training, get you the necessary equipment, the aircraft, all the supplies to get going and show you how to use it, and then eventually turn it over to you and it can be your own project.
Okay, so you provide also, in case we have our own planes, I mean, let's say a private, pretty much, let's say some company already has some local planes, so in the planes we could already provide the material that we could use with the knowledge and how to. Very good. So you also own, of course, a fleet of planes, I guess, right?
Yep, correct. We can purchase an aircraft for a customer, or we can use the customer's aircraft that they already have.
Very good, very good.
It works both ways. All of our projects are really tailored to each customer. So we work with each customer on an individual basis to establish exactly what their need is. What size is the target area that they're trying to target? What's their budget? And what are they looking to do? Are they looking to do rain enhancement, or are they looking to do hail suppression?
I'm just trying to understand. It's like I understand your level of company. It's a kind of an accomplished company. What is the minimum budget you will be able to provide a service for a private company or corporation? Like we have a minimum?
Yeah, most of our clients say, this is kind of what our operating budget is. What can we do for this budget? If you want anything specific related to prices, it has to come as a written inquiry.
I understand.
A written inquiry, and it has to come with, this is my company name.
Of course, I would understand.
And we need to know, how big your target area is.
Yes.
And how long, and do you wish for us to connect the service, or you wish to have the service? Because each item is so specifically custom to each project. No two projects are, going to be the same, because no two areas have identical weather.
Of course, I see on the website you work also with different government contracts, not just with privates, correct? Perfect.
Correct. Private, government, agencies, it just depends. It depends on who needs the service and what kind of service they're looking for. Sometimes it's the Ministry of Agriculture. Sometimes it's Water Resource Department.
Perfect. Listen, I really appreciate it very much, and I will definitely send you an email with maybe, just to have an idea, for example, in an area like Arizona, let's say if you want to operate in that target area, your planes for logistics would fly directly from, we have a base around the area, or directly
around
from...
the area.
So, we're talking about you...
No, we would form a base there. We would find a local airport that had the necessary services that we needed. Hangar, fuel, an adequate runway, all those items that we need to conduct the service, then we would position the aircraft there.